So as a registered dietitian, I like to recommend the dietary guidelines for Americans. They are updated every 5 years, and right now we're in the version from 2020 to 2025. But I do also like to recommend that you speak to your healthcare provider before making any drastic change, as everyone's dietary pattern is individualized to them. So food and beverages are very connected to a person's overall health. There is a lot of research and evidence that supports this, and really a healthy lifestyle, which includes a healthy dietary pattern as well as physical activity, contributes to overall health, improving health, as well as reducing risks for chronic diseases. So when we're looking at the dietary guidelines for Americans, there are 4 overarching guidelines that we like to recommend. The first being to follow a healthy dietary pattern for every life stage. So depending on what stage you are in your life, there is definitely recommendations for what kind of dietary pattern you should be following. Number 2 is customizing and enjoying nutrient-dense food and beverage choices. And also that can reflect personal preferences, cultural traditions, as well as budgetary considerations. Number 3 is focusing on meeting food groups that are nutrient-dense foods and beverages and staying within calorie limits. So we really want to focus on fruits and vegetables, whole grains, low-fat or fat-free dairy, protein foods such as like lean meats, eggs, seafood, beans, and then oils like vegetable oils and some seafoods and nuts. Number 4 is limiting some foods such as saturated fat, added sugars, limiting sodium, as well as alcoholic beverages. So for saturated fat and for added sugars, those both should be only about 10% of your calories each day. And for sodium, we want to say 2,300 milligrams or less each day. So those are definitely some guidelines that we recommend to follow. So I think of 2 different things when I think of this. One fun way is getting recipes from your family or friends. We really are creatures of habit, and we tend to eat the same things over and over, and sometimes we can get bored of that. So reaching out to our family and friends and seeing what kind of recipes they use or what things they have in their household can be really fun without sacrificing flavor. And the second thing is really getting into different spices and herbs that maybe you haven't used before, looking them up, going down the spices aisle at the grocery store and looking at all the different ones and maybe picking one that you've never used before, and because that can bring a lot of flavor into your food without adding so much salt or sodium. So I think those are 2 fun ways to kind of change things up and still have fun meals.